And other grocery stores, such as Marsh, are asking their dairy suppliers not to give them milk from cows where BGH has been used. But watch out. Just because a grocery store is asking their supplier not to give them BGH milk does not mean they're guaranteeing the milk is BGH free. I'm Nancy-Lynne for WTIU News Forum.
The flowers at the farmers market weren't the only ones out soaking up the sun. People all over Hagerstown were out enjoying this gorgeous weather. The delegates listened to all kinds of constituent concerns and issues facing their communities. And for those who stopped by, this was a prime opportunity to get the word out to the local officials about what's important. In Middletown, I'm Nancy-Lynne News 25. Fort Detrick drew quite a crowd today with its carnival rides, food, and various activities honoring Armed Forces Day. People of all ages turned out for this event, which featured military demonstrations, including this simulated platoon assault. Smoke bombs, gunshots, magazines, and casualties had this audience mesmerized.
Oh, it's awesome. I just like the fireworks. I like hearing the guns and just like watching the soldiers in action. And it's kind of like close to what they really do, I think, but it's really exciting. I like watching it.
But watching the soldiers in action wasn't the only way to get into the mood.
I got my face camouflaged, face painted. So, I mean, it was like something to do in the spirit of the moment and something fun,
Hundreds of people turned out to see helicopters and light armor vehicles like this one. This was a good opportunity for the general public to get up close and personal with some pretty exciting equipment. And for those in the armed forces, there was more to this celebration than gunshots and grenades.
Seeing the people interact with the military, that's the important thing. That's what I like the most.
But whether you were at the carnival or the military demonstrations, most agreed this was an exciting way to celebrate Armed Forces Day. I'm Nancy-Lynne News 25. Business was booming at this local farmers market where spring is in full bloom. Customers turned out in a steady stream to get a jump on Easter flowers and flowers for their gardens.
Been very busy today. The weather's really nice. I think a lot of people are really wanting to get out and do their gardens now and everything. They're really getting going for that.
Consumers shopped at the farmers market not only because it's planting season, but because of the nice weather as well.
Well, we're looking to buy some hanging baskets with flowers to hang around our deck and on the front porch to kind of decorate it up for spring. Since it's so nice, this would be a great day to do it. So it's been really nice out today.
The flowers at the farmers market weren't the only ones out soaking up the sun. People all over Hagerstown were out enjoying this gorgeous weather. With temperatures in the mid-70s, it's no wonder the local parks were packed. Area residents were out in droves, taking advantage of the sunny weather.
And I thought it'd be a nice day to bring my son out. He's with me for the weekend, and it's just really beautiful out today.
But whether you were shopping for flowers or out in the park, all agreed this was a great day to be outside. I'm Nancy-Lynne News 25. History came alive today at the American Legion post number 42. Posters and World War II news articles lined the walls. Weapons, uniforms, and medals were all on display to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II.
I'll tell you, this is the most fantastic thing I've seen in conjunction with the World War II memories. Not enough communities have done this.
People of all ages turned out for the event not only in honor of Memorial Day, but to talk to veterans about the war.
Public acceptance of this is fantastic. They come up, they admire the photographs, they talk about it, they want to know about the history of the World War II, which we're very capable of giving them.
People from all around the area turned out for the commemorative event, including many veterans who were eager to tell their stories.
Everybody was afraid, but you really didn't let fear develop. You kept your mission, what you wanted to do and what you wanted to accomplish. That's why we were successful.
From the uniforms to the handbooks, to the medals and the weapons, everything at the Legion was authentic. So for some, walking around the open house was like taking a walk down memory lane. And for others, the open house was a way to learn about an era so important to our country. I'm Nancy-Lynne News 25.
Ham radio operators. Some do it as a hobby, and some serve as the emergency communications in their local area. This weekend, over 50 local ham radio operators gathered for what they call a field day contest to check their emergency communications abilities. For over 24 hours, the participants operated on emergency power and antennas, making contact with thousands of other ham radio operators across the U.S. and Canada.
Delta Foxtrot Station, please try again.
It's designed for units to function under emergency conditions and public service if something was to happen to where we had to gather together.
What happens in any disaster situation is that there are a lot of people outside of the area who are very concerned about relatives and friends in the area. This was especially so in the case of the Oklahoma City disaster. So we were, the amateurs in the area were able to provide communication in form of messages through the Red Cross, Salvation Army, and other agencies to people all over the U.S. and Canada, and as a matter of fact, in other parts of the world also.
The ham radio operators worked out of trailers, calling and receiving messages under simulated emergency circumstances.
All right, this is W3CWC, Whiskey 3 Charlie, Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ Field Day for any station that is listening.
Field Day is important so that it allows the fellows that participate as an amateur radio to make sure their equipment is prepared for emergencies.
When disaster strikes, ham radio operators can be a valuable source of information and communication. When phone lines and other forms of communication are down, ham radio operators are there, up and running, getting the messages out to those who would otherwise not be able to communicate. I'm Nancy-Lynne Walters, News 25.